Hey everybody, welcome to episode 7 of My Wife's Mad at Me. I appreciate you guys listening, downloading. It's kind of cool, starting this basically from scratch and seeing the downloads and you guys, the impressions and stuff come up on this podcast, so I appreciate it. Today we are talking, I am talking to Clayton. He was in my first episode, the Yo Canada episode. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. It was actually a pretty good episode, and I hope this episode is just as good for you. We talk, we talk a lot about this news story that the guy got his penis stuck in a medicine bottle. Bad story there. We talk a little bit about, what else? A little bit about weight loss, I think. I think that's going to be a theme because I'm completely obsessed with working out now and eating healthier. And what else? We have a really good conversation about fighting. In the podcast, I was telling Clayton that, he might be able to beat me up. I'm kind of backtracking on that. I didn't want to sound too mean to him, but he has no chance against me because he doesn't fight emotionally, I don't think. So, I'll put a lot more emotion into it. He'll just fight to fight. I think he's like a bar fighter. He'll get drunk and then try to beat you up. But me, I'm a little bit more emotional, probably a little more tactical than Clayton. So we'll talk about that, but I'm pretty convinced that I can, especially for a couple $1 million, I think I can last. Not only I think I can last, but I think I can probably beat him when it's all said and done. So I don't know. It was a fun episode. I appreciate you guys checking it out. Guess what? My tracksuit, by the next time we record, I'm going to be wearing my tracksuit on video. And so make sure you're subscribing on YouTube as well. I only have a couple people watching on YouTube, but whatever. It's new, I know. The cool thing about this is, I do a fantasy football podcast where the episodes, they basically expire in a week. And so now, now these episodes will live forever. So if you guys haven't seen all the episodes or heard all the episodes, make sure you go check out YouTube and look for My Wife's Mad at Me. I don't know if it'll even pop up. I was having trouble, but you can find it somehow, some way. I'll put the link to the YouTube channel in the description for the podcast if you guys want to convert over there. It doesn't really bother me either way. I don't have any sponsors, so you guys can listen to it however you want to. Again, at Mad at Me Pod on Twitter. Find the Facebook group on obviously on Facebook, and enjoy. I appreciate all you guys. I appreciate next episode, maybe in a couple episodes. I have some clips from old Eat Sleep Fantasy episodes. I'm gonna try to chop up and do like a best of clip show here, like non-fantasy stuff, just like banter that I've had over the last year or so. I think that'll be pretty entertaining. It'll be a boring YouTube show. You guys might be looking at the video and seeing this big red spot on my nose. I went to the dermatologist, and I had like this pimple-looking thing on my nose for a long time. And I went to the doctor, and they were like, "Oh yeah, that's it's pretty common. We can cut it out. It'll heal in a couple weeks." I was like, "Cool, let's do that." And he goes, "All right, I'll be back." And like 5 minutes later, he came back, numbed my nose, and cut it out. So now it even looks more red, and it's an even bigger spot. But I hope it heals, and I won't look like I have a giant pimple on my nose because I've had it for like 2 years. I didn't tell him that it was 2 years because I was afraid that the insurance wouldn't cover it because it was like pre-existing or something. So I said, yeah, I had it for a couple months. So anyways, guys, I appreciate you listening again. If you know any guests, if you know anybody that wants to join, that would be fun. Let me know. I want to try to get a couple of people on here. So a couple of different people, because right now I'm kind of in my comfort zone with people I know really well. I'd like to kind of branch out and try to maybe interview some people that maybe I don't know anything about. So anyways, thanks again, guys. This is a fun episode. Let me know what you think at Mad at Me Pod, or find a way to get in touch with me otherwise. Thanks. Awesome. I sent off your stuff today. Dude, you're going to hate me. So I got the box, the big box with like the flat rate was like $70. I'm like, fuck that. I'm not doing that. So I went and bought a small box. And I packed as much stuff as I can in there.
And then I had the Captain Crunch for you, the berries that you can't get in Canada.
Yeah.
And I was like, shit, it wouldn't fit. And it's like, okay, no big deal. Like, you just don't get Captain Crunch. That's fine. It only
No
cost
big
me like
deal.
$1. So I put it away. I took it to the post office, and I came back and I opened my door, and I had the 2 shirts, one for you and one for Riley, the ESS shirts. And I was like, shit. Yes, it's sitting on and I was like, damn it, that's why I wanted to get a bigger box. I forgot why I needed a bigger box. I thought it was just for the Captain Crunch. I have again, I know we talked about memory. I think I need to go to a doctor or something about my memory.
Oh, you're not the only one, believe me.
Dude, like my wife finally just said, like, your memory is just fucked. Like, now she's like, she doesn't even yell at me anymore. She's nervous that I'm losing it, like, for real. So I don't get yelled at as much. There he goes. There's a theme today. I don't get yelled at as much, but she definitely is starting to get concerned. Like, there was a point I'm pretty sure I didn't weigh myself exactly, but I'm pretty sure I was like the heaviest I'd ever been. And she stopped like getting on me about eating. Like, she was like legitimately like, hey, you're gonna die.
You're depressed and shit.
Yeah. So she stopped yelling at me like for like eating pizza. She looked really worried. She's like, okay, this is enough is enough.
How do I gotta move to the center of my fucking thing here.
Yeah. Move your camera over a little bit. There you go. Perfect. That's good. No, you're good. You're good.
That's good, Kit.
Yeah, it's fine. That's fine.
Good.
But anyways, how's the little one and everything?
He's good. He's fat. Like I said, he's like 10 pounds. He's eating like 150 mils bottles now.
Really? Don't know what that means, but that's a lot. It seems like
giant bottle.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Giant bottle.
That's crazy.
So yeah, no, he's good though. And then the other little guy, he's pretty good. Just always, now that the weather's decent, he's always wants to be outside.
Oh, that's good.
So
that's good. At least, yeah.
Well, I went golfing yesterday, and then I came home and I'm like, oh, how's everything? And Sarah's just fucking like twitching, right? And I'm like,
right, sure.
Bad time to go, I guess.
Oh yeah. You always know it, like, especially, days where like I'll work a little late or something. Yeah, and then you just see it in Brooke's face, like, you motherfucker, you have not dealt with what I've dealt with all day.
No, let's see. What I don't understand is this. Like, most Mondays when golf season is, because our golf season is so short, right? I'm like, Mondays, that's my golf day. Like, that is just how it is. Like, I've done it for 2 years now, right? But then every Sunday or every Monday, I'll be like, yeah, I'll come home, I'll go grab Hayden and then go golf. She's like, oh, you're golfing again? I'm like, what the fuck? It's Monday. Like, what? Do I need to write every Monday on there? On the calendar? What's going on? And then I get the same, when's my day? I'm like, but every other day except for Monday. How about that?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Well, the thing with Brooke is, like, she'll say, like, you get to do this or that. And I keep telling her, like, go do something. But she's the opposite. Like, she's like a real homebody. And like,
yeah,
she does. She'll get out, like, on a Saturday, like, she'll go out for a couple hours or whatever, like, meet up with a friend or something. But for the most part, she's just like, there's too much to do. I can't go out, or, and then it's like, God, it's a lose-lose. Most of my relationship is lose-lose on my end, but that's okay.
I agree.
It's okay. The grand scheme of things, everything's okay. But those little things. Anyways, cool. I want to talk about a couple of things. I know last time we talked, it was actually a pretty popular episode. I got some feedback like, wow, I didn't know that much about Canada. So you're spreading the Canada love all over the world and bringing it to the US, which is great. Let's see. Oh, okay. A couple of things. One, so I track your fitness and my fitness on the Apple Watches. Like, I can see yours. Dude, I don't know. I told Nick this too. I was like, how are you guys working out and burning like 1,200 calories like in one workout? And I know I'm fat, and so I can't do that much. But it's like, dude, how? Like, there's no way that you're like, I'm on the treadmill for like 30 minutes or 45 minutes, which Nick said I don't have to overdo it on the treadmill. Like, just lift weights. You can
lift weights more.
Yeah. So I kind of do that now. I've kind of switched to that, but still, man, I'm not coming close. I'm like around like 700 or 800 calories on the watch, which is okay. But then you guys are like 1,200 calories. It's like, man, you're outworking me by a ton.
My thing is I get up at like, my day consists of getting up at 2:30 in the morning and working out. That's just what I do. So I burn probably like first thing in the morning, probably, 500 to 600 calories. And then I go to work, but because I sit all day, I walk a ton at work too, like, because
Right.
you know what I mean? I got layover time, so I'll get out of the bus and I'll go walk around for, 15, 20 minutes at a time. So that's the reason my calories are so high. And you know what? Sometimes I even cheat and I just hit the high intensity workout while I sit and watch TV, and boom.
There you go.
Actually, it's funny because the other day I got home from work or something like that, and I must have hit it or something like that when I got home. And I'm sitting there talking with Sarah, and she's like, "Oh, if I get a notification on my watch that says that you finish your fitness, I know you're fucking cheating because look at your watch." And I look and it's like 46 minutes. And I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah. Today I was working on one of the trucks at work, and we had old stickers. I was trying to take them off. So I was like rubbing it really hard, like trying to get it off. I was like, it probably thinks I'm jerking off. Like doing this so much, it's probably tracking it. So I had to slow down. But the whole workout thing is kind of cool. Like once you start, like if you really get into it, like I've been in it a couple of weeks now, and I've done pretty good. The diet's a big thing, right? And I've stuck to a pretty good diet, and I've lost a couple of pounds. But it's really weird, like how many people are just like willing to help, like just like texting somebody like, hey, what's your normal breakfast? Like I talk to Brito a lot, and Nick and stuff, and Pat too. And so, yeah, I mean, I'll, tell them, hey, what do you do this, or how do you exercise this, or whatever. And like more times than not, like it's not one word answer. It's just like, here's what I do. And like it breaks it. Like, people are really excited to share like what they know, which is cool. I was talking to Nick about it, and, saying like everybody thinks that they know, the formula, everybody thinks their way is the best way, which is cool. So I get a couple of different perspectives, but, so like that, like brings, like, I feel like brings men together when it comes to like workout stuff. But I was thinking about this, and I went on down another YouTube hole, a rabbit hole. I don't know, whatever you call it. Nothing else brings the community of men together more than being hit in the nuts. No matter what, if somebody gets hit, like if you're at a baseball game and somebody gets hit in the nuts, like no matter if you're for the team or against the team, like immediately you want to come to their rescue, right? You're like, you feel no matter what they've done, if, whatever, ex-girlfriends, whatever it is, you get hit in the nuts and you immediately, no matter what, you feel for that person. Like everything goes to the side, I feel like.
That's the biggest thing. That's the one thing I've been hit a couple times, and that's the one thing. Anytime I see it now on TV or anything, I'm like, damn, man, that's
no, like no matter what. I mean, I've seen it at sporting events, and really at sporting events, like, I'll play basketball at the, at the rec center or whatever. And, somebody goes down. It's like, man, no matter what's going on, everybody stops and like, you make sure you're not dead, because everybody can feel for that.
And nobody says anything, right? They just look at you and just expect you to like, what's this guy's reaction going to be? Is he going to jump up and flip out? But definitely not a fan of being hit in the nuts.
I can watch it and laugh, but then there's like I said, there's like compilation videos, right? And so like you watch a couple and you're like, okay, this is funny, and then you keep watching them and you're like, this is not funny anymore. Like it's starting to be like, oh man, like that one must have really hurt. Oh wait, that one must have really hurt. And you keep going down. You're like, okay, I can't do this anymore. Like a wiffle ball bat with like, your 2-year-old swinging it, like that's funny, right? But then like there's some like skateboarders that like fall on a railing, and it's like, dude, that's not funny anymore. Like that's like life changing.
What about the guys that have that like as a sexual fantasy of like somebody?
Yep. You see a lot of those too, right?
That's
like
fucked up.
Yeah. They just want to be kicked in the nuts.
Yeah,
I don't know.
No thanks.
That's no, not at all.
Check your phone. Check your phone after.
No. Great.
It's
Did you? Okay.
Now you're curious.
Yeah, now I'm curious actually. So a couple of things. One, I hope John Chapman is still my friend after what I just sent in our chat. So his dog passed away, and so I photoshopped his dog in the car with Paul Walker.
It was pretty
from the Fast and Furious. I thought it was funny. But man, I was like, I knew either he'll never speak to me again or we'll become even more best friends. So I don't know.
Chapman's a beauty. He'll get a good laugh out of it.
I don't know. Sure. That dog was like his kid, and I don't know if it was too soon or not. But I thought, I just photoshopped his dog's face like in the car with Paul Walker. So it was done in like tribute, not as poking fun. So I hope he still talks to me after this. A couple other things. What was I going to talk about? I want to talk to you about that. Yeah. Going back to the being kicked in the balls. So there was a story, and so like the whole there's like, you always hear these stories like, oh, this guy, tripped and a garden gnome, got shoved up his ass on accident. And like, he has to go to like the hospital and like, oh, I just tripped. Right. Or like, my penis accidentally slipped into the vacuum hose when I was cleaning. And, you hear all those stories all the time. Right.
Oh yeah.
Back in, when was this? 1849. There was Boston Medical and Surgical Journal wrote this story up. So basically, this guy goes into the doctor and says, it was like, I don't know if you've seen or whatever, but they have like these little like medicine bottles. They were, I don't know, maybe like 6 inches tall. It basically like, it's kind of a common like glass medicine bottle. It seemed like it was using. And so this guy went to the doctor's office and his entire penis was stuck in this medicine bottle, and it was engorged and bruised and purple. And he went to the doctor's office like, hey, I got to get this out. What's the best way to do it? They tried all different methods. They tried to grease it up to get it out because it was in the bottle and it was so tight that it like the blood flow got so. Yeah, so it got engorged even more to where it couldn't come out of the bottle at all. And like the longer it was there, the more the blood flow was like pumping into it. Yeah. And so basically like his penis filled up this medicine bottle and couldn't get it out. And they said, in the records, they were like, they asked him what happened, and the guy at first like didn't respond. There was more pressing issues, obviously, because he thought he was going to lose his penis. And so they went through all this stuff trying to get it out. Finally, they broke the glass carefully. I don't think it damaged his penis at all. But it was swollen and black and bruised. Everything on his penis was like bruised, and actually they found a bunch of blisters. And later he said, oh, what happened was, and this is interesting excuse. He says, what happened was he really had to go to the bath. He really had to pee, and he didn't want to have to go all the way to the bathroom. And so he took the bottle and he peed in it. Okay. And he felt a burning sensation, and it like jolted him, and his penis went into the bottle on accident. And you're like, okay, this is weird.
Accident.
Well, hold on. It gets better. So, I don't know if it gets better, but there is an end of the story. So they tested the bottle, and he said there was, hold on, I'll tell you right now. What did he say it was in? Potassium. They said there was some like remnants of potassium in the bottle from whatever it was in before. Mm-hmm. And the urine mixed in created a gas that basically suctioned it is because his penis was so close to the bottle that it actually created a vacuum between the urine and the potassium. And they're like, okay, this can't be real. Like this is, whatever. And so the doctor did an experiment after he left, got a bottle with potassium in it and put, poured urine in it. And sure enough, it created this vacuum. So that might've been like the first real like penis injury story ever, which I thought was really interesting.
So basically don't stick your dick in a bottle that had potassium in it and piss. That's the moral.
Makes me think first of all, have you ever had an accident? Anything even similar? Like I never even had a zipper caught. Like I hear about those stories all the time.
I had a zipper caught back in the day.
No, I don't know.
Not pleasant. The worst part is like, what do you do in a situation like that? You just, fucking just gotta let it just get rid of it. Like, oh, it's the worst thing ever. Just disgusting.
I don't know. I don't even know anybody that's had you hear about it online all the time. I wonder how often it happens. I know there's like some freaky stuff that happens, right? Most of it's like for like sexual pleasure, right? But like I never even had friends that like had accidents like that, like anything even close to that. Like I don't know. I started thinking, I was like, I don't even this. It seems like it happens a lot on, like on the internet. Like you read that stuff all the time, but I don't know anybody, and I was hoping that maybe you would have a good story.
No, I got nothing for you, buddy. Got nothing. Oh, outside of the time that the only real accident that well, I'll tell it just because I can. The only accident I had at one situation, I was out one night eating like fucking chicken wings, right? Like super hot wings, and I had to piss.
Yeah.
And just went to the bathroom, and next thing you know, I'm just like shoveling water.
Yeah.
On my dick because it's burning.
Yeah, that's happened to me before. That happened to me with Icy Hot.
Oh,
and yeah. Like I was fine, and then I had a scratch, and I scratched. I was like, holy! And you can't get it off because it's like so greasy. I mean, I literally took a shower, and I was basically doing everything I could to get the jelly, and it's like kind of like waterproof, so like the water goes. And then I felt like it was spreading. Maybe it wasn't. I don't know if it was or not. But like then it started getting in my head like it's spread. But I don't know. Okay. Well, another question, and I know this is totally unrelated. See, this is kind of a weird thing because do you shave your body hair, like your chest or your stomach? What percentage of men do you think do?
Shave their chest and their
chest
stomach?
or your stomach? Yeah, I get like your balls and stuff. Like a lot of people do, but like your chest and stomach, I'm always conflicted.
I don't think a lot of people do.
Do you?
I don't know.
No, yeah. You don't seem like a guy that has a lot of hair anyways.
I don't know. Way back in the day, I was dating this girl, and she decided that she didn't like chest hair, so she fucking waxed my chest. I let her do that once, never again. That was the worst, but yeah, we're not together anymore. Thank fuck.
I don't know. I have like weird hair patterns, and I was like, man, like if you're looking on YouTube. By the way, our show is on YouTube. I'll go through all that later. But so I have like hair like going down, and then it like goes like a diamond shape in between my boobs, and then it goes down like a line that goes down to my belly button, and it's just like a forest of hair, like in a big circle around my belly button. I'm conflicted. Like, I don't know. Like I've shaved it a couple times, but then it gets itchy. But it's like, man, it just doesn't, if I lose a couple more pounds, I think if I get to under 200 pounds, I think I'm going to just shave.
Well, you're getting a tracksuit soon. So you can walk around soon with that, the zipper down.
Did you see, I got the tracking information for my tracksuit. Did you see that?
Yeah, I saw that. You're not getting the tracksuit ain't coming to you.
Oh, it is. No, it is.
I'm telling you.
Tracking.
Do you want me to tell you what happened? My story. We were going to leave it for our pod, but how about we'll bring it up to this pod? Okay. I've gotten ripped off once in my life buying something online like that, like you did. So I'm on whatever it was, Facebook or whatever one day, and I see beer pong obviously is.
Yeah.
I see this one that's like it's beer pong, but it's like with it's like a little putting green. Mm-hmm. And then the cups go on each end, and it came out like this whole thing was like $35. I'm like, oh, I'm buying it. So send the money away. All of a sudden I get this email because of COVID, it's going to take time. So then all of a sudden I get tracking information.
Right.
And all of a sudden it arrives at my house. So I'm like, oh, this is cool. So I get home, and there's just one package. It's like this big. Mm-hmm. Like, what the hell is this? This is what is this? So I'm like, maybe it's just package one of like many. I don't know.
Right.
I open it up. It's a single golf ball. Just a single white golf ball. And I'm like, what the fuck is it going on? So I email back. I wait a few more days, right? Because it says, I look at the tracking. It says, oh, delivered. Email this person back, and it's from China. And he finally responds back to me, and he's like, oh, I think you misunderstood the ad. I'm like, what? He's like, no, I guarantee you this, that golf ball is high quality. I'm like,
what?
You motherfucker.
That's
$30 for a fucking golf ball. Sarah is still to this day will not let me live it down. The first round I went out for this year, she's like, oh, Oh, by the way, do you need to take this magic golf ball? Maybe it'll help your game. I was so pissed, man, but whatever. Here's what
That's
it is.
crazy. That's
Yeah.
no, I actually I got something off eBay, and I'm like, I'm gonna get into basketball cards again. I know it's weird, but it's kind of nostalgic. I'm buying like old unopened packs of cards that I used to collect.
Mhm.
Weirdly enough, the unopened packs are worth way more than like the cards. So if you have an unopened pack, like like a pack of cards that I collect are like $25, or like
Yeah.
no, I'm sorry, they're like $10 or $20 each for a pack, and then whatever the cards are basically worthless. So I've been getting those, and the thing, it had a picture of the whole box of cards, and like a box is like 36 packs, and so it said, of course, in the fine details, it said price per pack.
Yeah.
I didn't read that because I'm a headline reader, you know that. And so I just went and I was like, holy shit. And I even paid like more for it. So normally you can get the stuff like $20. I paid like $45. I was like, hell yeah, I'm still getting a deal. I'm getting a whole box. And it ended up, I got a pack for, double the price. I was so pissed off. But anyways, I guess you got to read the fine print. And I was really mad. I went back to the description. I was going to email him. I was like, no, it clearly states.
See, but that's a different. Mine did not state anything like that. And then I tried it like, if I still kept that email, if I kept the emails back and forth to this guy, you'd have a heyday. You'd be laughing, man. It was so funny.
No refund or nothing. You just had to pay $30 for it.
Nothing. Just the golf ball is very high quality. I promise you that. All right.
Okay. You promise.
Yeah.
Okay, if you promise.
Yeah. Perfect.
Oh crap. Sorry. Never mind. I forgot. I was looking in my drawer because I wanted to show you the pack, but then I saw a stack of bills that I forgot was in there that I probably should pay. That's been in there for like 2 weeks. And I'm a little nervous to even look. Do you ever just hide bills and just not pay them until, like I do that all the time. I just put a bunch of envelopes in my drawer and then be like, I'll pay it later. And like weeks go by, like just now. And
no, I can't. Well, a few times I have by accident.
I'm bad at that stuff. I'm really bad at that stuff. But I think
usually it's my credit card though, just because I don't want Sarah to see what I bought.
Oh yeah, that's good. Yeah, no,
especially back when I used to smoke. I used to smoke like years ago, and I'd always buy cigarettes on my credit card. It's not like she didn't fucking know. Like, let's be realistic, right? Like,
that's funny.
Smell like an ashtray every day you come home, but whatever.
That's funny. Crazy. There is another funny story. And I don't know, what's the lawsuit culture in Canada? Is it the same as it is in the US? Does everybody sue everybody for everything?
Everything. Doesn't matter what it is. Yeah. It goes back to like fucking, people that sue McDonald's because they spilled their coffee's too hot. Like,
right.
Like even with the city even, the worst thing about driving bus is like, not long ago I had to sign a form because I was in a lawsuit because a lady had hit her finger on the bus and broke it. And I'm like, what? And so of course they don't let you go to court. They just pay this bitch probably, $2,000. Just be like, oh, here's hush money because you're lying bitch.
Yeah. Because it's at the end of the day, it's probably more money to fight it and go through all that public stuff. And
but yeah, they sue for sue for everything here.
That's crazy. There was a court case. So in Wisconsin, if you don't know, Wisconsin's like the big cheese capital. Obviously the Green Bay Packers are cheeseheads, right? So like the Wisconsin, it's a lot of cheese. A lot of the industry, a lot of the nation's cheese. It comes from Wisconsin. A quarter of the nation's cheese, excuse me, come from Wisconsin. This lady started a what is it called? Like like a case for a bunch of people. Like what is that called?
Like a petition?
Yeah. Well, no. There's a name for it. Like a
civil lawsuit.
Yeah. No. God, there's a name for it. What is the name of it? Like
I have no idea what you're talking about, to be honest.
Jesus Christ. I can't go. Hold on. Hold on. It's like when a bunch of people get together, a class action lawsuit.
Oh, class action.
Okay. Yeah, class action. So, do you have Bagel Bites?
Oh yeah.
Okay, all right. So she's suing Bagel Bites, the company that makes Bagel Bites, for saying that they are made with real dairy. They don't say like real cheese or real tomato sauce. They just say real dairy, which I guess there is real dairy in the product, but that's, obviously it's not even real cheese. It's not real tomato sauce. It's just shit food, right? Like we all know that. Like we're not getting quality ingredients. Well, she's doing a class action lawsuit with other Wisconsin farmers and cheese people, making basically a class action lawsuit saying that they need to put that there is not. Geez, I don't know what's going on with me. Jesus Christ, hold on.
You should have a bagel bite. Helps.
Sorry. Man, I bet you that was annoying to listen to. So anyway, she's suing because she's saying the label's emphasis on mozzarella cheese and real dairy is false because the product does not contain real mozzarella cheese. This lady's probably going to get paid something, which is crazy. Oh, yeah. Like,
well, because they would just want the name out of the news now, right? Just here.
Yeah. I mean, they don't want this drug through and say no and let people actually know that there's not real cheese. Like they don't want that. Like people know, but it's going to publicize that Bagel Bites isn't real cheese or real tomato sauce.
Yeah, but it's funny because it's like it's in your head. Like you go to a grocery store, any shit food that you see, I guess shit/good food you see that you really want to eat. Bagel bites, like you're saying, or pizza bites, whatever. It's not real cheese. It says real cheese, but it just makes it easier to buy, right? It makes it easier to buy.
Why? But why even put that? Like, are you gonna buy it? And be like, oh wow, I'm getting this because it has real cheese. Like, they don't need to put it.
That's true. You don't really need to say that. You're just going to eat. It's cheese, man. I'm cheese. I love cheese.
I visited my parents over the weekend, and my mom was like really every now and then, like I'll kind of get on her because they'll just eat like shitty food sometimes, and they think it's healthy, and it's not. They're like, oh, we ate this or this, and I'm like, okay, that's not healthy at all. She said, oh well, me and your dad, no, it wasn't Bagel Bite. Oh no, it was like just frozen pizza. She goes, but we just don't eat the normal frozen pizza. I was like, what do you mean? Like, she's trying to sound like, like she's doing something good. I'm like, what do you mean? She goes, oh no, we dressed it up with our own ingredients. So like she'll put her own cheese on it. Yeah. It's like, she's like, yeah, we get good pepperoni and cheese and we put it on top. And it's way better with, it's way better when you have real fresh ingredients on it. It's like, no, you're just making it worse.
Hey, speaking of this, I know, let me ask you a question. There's obviously Papa John's there, right?
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So have you ever had their it's like a garlic butter, like dipping sauce thing?
Yeah. Huh? Yeah.
Oh man. I had that for the first time, like 2 weekends ago.
Yeah.
That shit's a game changer. Oh, it's a game changer.
You guys have a lot of Papa John's there?
Just in the last probably 5 years, they popped up everywhere now. It's almost
Papa John is super racist, by the way. You know that?
Just make the garlic butter.
Well, he's not part of the company anymore, but he is really racist.
Actually, I do remember. Didn't that start like? I did read some about that. Believe it or not.
Yeah. Well, just the other day he was on TV talking about, that he said he's tried real hard to not say the N-word over the last 18 months or whatever, 2 years.
Good job.
An
idiot.
Yeah, he said it he was in a press conference and he said it. I was like, no, it wasn't a press conference. It was a phone call, like a phone conference with the company board of directors, whatever. And he mentioned something and said the N-word. And he's like, I've tried really hard to, take that out of my vocabulary. It's like,
you're an idiot if that's what you have to try to say. I've tried my hardest to not say that word.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Do you think that you can? Okay, we're both into football. Is there any football player that you think that you can hold your own against in a fight? These are world-class athletes and they work out a lot. But is there obviously somebody like Aaron Donald? Definitely not. Okay, hold on. Let's use this. You versus Aaron Donald. Aaron Donald, for those that don't know, is probably 6'5", 200 75 pounds, something crazy, right? Hold on, I'm going to look this up really quick. Aaron Donald. If you guys don't know who he is, he's
a fucking monster.
6'1". He's 29 years old. 6'1", 284. Professional football player for the Rams. Okay, so you guys head to head. Obviously, you're not going to be able to kick his ass, right?
No.
Pretend that he was a multimillionaire just for a second, like he was a normal guy, but he looked like that. He gets $10 million. Okay, you fight him. He gets $10 million. You fight him for 10 minutes. He starts off with $10 million and loses $1 million for every minute that you're still standing, that you don't tap out.
Okay.
But you gain $1 million for every minute that you stay in. So when he loses $1 million, you gain $1 million. So you stay in a minute, $1 million bucks, and he's down to $9 million, and then it keeps going.
And what are we in? Are we in a boxing ring, or are we just
like a UFC fight? Say yeah. So you just gotta stay alive. And he say he's a normal guy like you, find a similar financial situation, right?
Okay.
How quick do you think he takes you down? Do you think you can earn the $1 million? First of all,
100%, I could earn the $1 million.
You could 100%. Really against Aaron Donald.
Straight up nut shot right off the bat, guy. Right off the bat.
You're not going to be able to touch his nuts.
I whatever. I'll do whatever I can to make sure I can.
Hold on. How tall are you?
6'1".
Okay, so you're 6'1", he's 6. Oh no, you guys are both 6'1". Perfect.
Yeah.
The problem is he weighs 284 pounds of muscle.
Yeah.
And what are you? 230, 220?
I'm 240. But it ain't fucking muscle. It's not all muscle, I'll tell you that much.
Hold on. So you guys are both 6'1". Okay, he has 40 pounds on you. Okay.
Yeah.
You think you can do a minute? You think you will do whatever it takes to get to that minute for the $1 million?
Yes. Yeah.
He just lost $1 million. So there's some stuff on him.
How fast could he possibly be? Like if I'm going to be going up against him, I'm getting back in shape. Like I'm going to be freaking in the best shape of my life.
No, look, you don't.
I could
don't pay. No. When you train, you're not trying to get strong. You'll never reach his strength stuff ever.
Oh, I just want to be fast. I just need to be fast.
You just gotta work on your fast twitch muscles, right? You just gotta be able to
be like even making that fast first. If he's after you, do the whole like jumping like monkey style off the cage behind. You know what I mean? Jump over top of him. Mm-hmm. I could get a minute in. I could get a minute and get $1 million.
You think you can get 2?
Depends if I kicked him in his nuts or not.
Okay, let's say you don't kick him in the nuts. Oh, you think kicking him in his nuts is going to stop him? Like, Aaron Donald does not look like he's going to be phased by kicking the nuts. Let's be honest. Well, you're going to kick him in the nuts, and he's going to get more mad.
I would have to say I'd at least be able to get a shot and maybe stun him for a little bit. Maybe get a couple other shots in.
I'll tell you what's going to happen, Clayton. You're going to wind up. You're going to go kick him in the nuts. He's going to stop your foot right before it gets to the middle of his legs. He's going to flip you up with your legs, and you're going to land on your face, and he's going to step on your face until you tap out. That's exactly. Yeah. And that will be about 20 seconds.
What?
So you got to rethink your strategy.
Yeah, maybe you're right. What about? Okay. I think maybe I could go up against a kicker.
Yeah, maybe. Okay, hey, how about me? Okay, since you're a little bit,
I could beat the shit out of you, Dale. I could beat the shit out.
No. That's in the debate. if you start with the 10 million, you start with the 10 million. I'll do the 1 million. I can survive a good 5 minutes. Even if you get the best of me, I don't think you're gonna actually be able to tap me out unless something crazy happens. I am a pretty scrappy fighter. I've been, you might have been in more fights than me probably, but I think I can hold my own. I mean, I think we'll get out of there maybe close to 50-50. I think me and you.
Probably.
How motivated would you be to really end the fight before a minute so you can get the full 10 million? Me and you.
I wouldn't be, because I'd expect you to I try to just play it so that you wear yourself out, right? You come at me.
Yeah.
Let you burn out a little bit. So I'll give you 2 million, 3 million.
Yeah,
and then
and then you just knock me out.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you probably will kick my ass. I'm guessing. That's a good point. I mean, I'm 5'6" on it with my shoes on. You're 6'1", so you already have 6-7 inches on me just to start with. Plus, you're more athletic right now. But I would train. I would lose some weight before our fight.
I'd have to if
you would be training too.
Yeah, if it was in the shape I am in now, you'd definitely be 50-50, buddy. Let's be realistic, man. I'm not a fighter. I'm Canadian. I'm a lover. I'm not a fighter.
No. I bet. I think you look big. Like you. Yeah. I think. I'm in trouble. I think I'm getting to $1 million. I think I can get to 2 million, and then that would be. And I think that'll be it. I don't know. I don't. I feel like I can fight pretty well. Like I could shadow box, and I can look pretty good. Like I know how to shadow box. Like I had a punching bag as a kid, and so I boxed a lot on my own. But until I was like 17, 18 years old, like I hit the heavy bag a lot.
Huh. Never done that.
Yeah, but no.
Riley's a big time. Riley's a big time boxer now.
Is he?
He
looks like a boxer. He looks like a boxer. He's been
boxing for like two years now.
Really?
But he was supposed to have his first fight like just over a year, right before COVID hit. He was supposed to, or just right after COVID hit. He was supposed to have his fight like a week later before they shut everything down, and then they shut everything down, and then that was it. So, but he's just getting back into it again. So, wouldn't mind seeing him get punched in the face a few times. It'd be cool.
It would be fun to watch, right?
Yeah. He's just so like he's taller than I am, but he's just like jacked.
Did you did he play sports growing up?
Yeah, but the thing was he was tiny growing up, man. Like he was played football, was receiver in football, but still tiny. It wasn't until he graduated where he grew like 1.5 feet over the summertime.
Really?
Yeah.
After he graduated. What? So 18? What time?
Well, yeah. He graduated when he was 17. Yeah, 17.
Yeah. Did you encourage him to go in sports? Because I'm thinking about that with my daughters right now. Like, my daughter's 4 years old. I was thinking about getting her like a little glove and a baseball, just to be able to start getting that hand-eye coordination a little bit. Yeah. But then I really want her to be. I have a year-old and a 4-year-old. I really want one of them to be like. I don't even care about tomboy. I don't want to put that like label on it, but it would be cool if they were somewhat athletic, like I don't want just like a dancers. Like I don't want them both to go into like ballet. That's so boring. I want to go and like see games and stuff.
Yeah. Kyla, my 18-year-old daughter, she played everything in sports. She played basketball.
But did you, how much of play did you have in that? Or did they do it on their own?
I think she was always like, cause I used to coach Riley playing sports. So I think because the situation was I'd always have her with me while I was coaching. So I think she just naturally gravitated toward sports, which is a good thing because believe it or not, like she's perfect kid all the way through high school. Like no big time issues, nothing like that.
That's
so
awesome.
Yeah,
that's awesome. Yeah. God, her issues are through the roof, I bet, because all her childhood, she just wanted to please you. She just wanted to play sports because she knew that's what you liked.
That's the thing, man. Actually, you know what? Her mother says that all the time. Like, obviously, We're not together, but she used to do that, say it to me all the time. Because she doesn't play sports anymore because now she's done, right? Like, there's no sports right now. But her mom will always be like, "You pushed Kyla too hard in sports. Now she thinks she's disappointing you." I'm like, "What the fuck are you talking?" Well, we can have another podcast if you want to talk about that kind of stuff. But
yeah, no, I do. I think this whole, because I've had friends that have been really into sports and their kids want nothing to do with sports, like zero. And then I had friends who, like my parents, my mom or dad, like they weren't into sports at all. And like I breathed any kind of sport I could ever do, anything competitive I was in.
See, that was me too. And the thing is like even growing up, I played high level, I played high level soccer, played high level, well, I can't really say high level volleyball, but I was like all city in volleyball. Same with basketball. And I don't think my parents even watched me, not even once, I don't think.
Yeah. No, my mom watched a few. they were kind of hands off when it came to sports with me. Like they weren't interested. Like it was something I just did after school.
Yeah.
Like, it was not a big thing. And some of my friends' parents were like really into it. Right. But it's weird that, some of my friends that have kids that were really into it, like the kids want nothing to do with it. So I think there's something interesting there.
Or parents aren't pushing it like that anymore. For the simple fact is you put like, how you were pushed as a kid,
right?
Like you were saying how those parents, some parents were more involved than others.
Yeah.
Well, if I was a kid whose parents were like always go pushing me into everything, then if maybe with my kids, I probably wouldn't have pushed it too much. You know what I mean?
Right. Yep. Do you pay for your daughter's therapy?
No. That's what you got cut coverage for. Actually, now that she's not playing, she like I said, she could have went and played college volleyball and all that stuff like that. But the problem with this whole COVID thing and everything like that kind of just made everything more complicated, way more complicated than it should be. So she just kind of lost like interest in it.
What? Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Well, I was just going to say, so now she's actually, I think she actually misses it.
Yeah.
But now that's why she just turned that into, she goes and sees a trainer at the gym all the time. Right. So still staying in shape and stuff like that. So
that's good. There is a movie on Hulu. It's not a movie. I don't know if I talked to you about it. You can stop me if I did. It's a one-man show. Like they did it like on Broadway or whatever in New York.
Mm-hmm.
God, I don't remember his name, but the one-man show is called In and of Itself. Did I tell you about this?
No.
So basically it was, I don't want to give too much away because I think it's really good. And I watched it with like zero expectations and it blew my mind. I thought it was really good. Write it down, definitely watch it. And I would even I consider watching it with your kids because it was really good. It's basically talking all about identity. And, your identity is formed by how people think of you. Right. Mm-hmm. So like your identity isn't formed by what you think. You are who people think you are, basically. That makes sense?
What's it called?
In and of itself.
In and
of itself.
And what's that? That's on, what did you say?
On Hulu. It's on Hulu.
Okay.
We'll definitely watch it. It's really good. It got a lot of good feedback, critic stuff, whatever. But so basically it talks all about identity. And the one thing that got me when I started thinking about it was like a lot of high school athletes, and not even high school athletes, but high schoolers, right? Their identity is stripped away from them the minute they graduate high school, which is really strange, right? Like whether you're, my sister-in-law was a dancer, I don't know what you call it, like a ballet type dancer type stuff, I'm talking about. She was through her whole from fifth grade on, and then she graduated high school and it was done, right? And so for so long her identity was she was a dancer, and I think a lot of kids, if they're playing football, your identity is being a football player, and you forever.
I was going to say that. So there's a guy, I went to high school, so I graduated I'm a little bit older than you. I graduated in 96. Oh, yeah, so I saw this guy that I went to high school with, big star quarterback, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I fucking saw this guy a month ago, and he's still wearing his jacket. He's still walking around with his jacket on.
Well, I think a lot of people. It's crazy, but a lot of people.
I couldn't talk to him, man. I could not do it. I was like, "There's no way."
Yeah, the whole identity thing, it was really interesting to think about, seeing football players or baseball players or whoever, all of a sudden their identity is stripped from them. And with your daughter, she was a volleyball player for how many years, right?
She was, since she was probably, in all honesty, she was going into grade 6 when she started playing. So there's, in the city here, we had just a long story short, we had a coach here that coached me back in the day when I was in junior high, but still coaching girls volleyball. And this guy's won 40 city championships and all this stuff like that. So he coached Kyla from the time she was in grade 6 all the way up till she was probably 17 years old. And this guy ran practices every day, 3 hours a day, every day, except for Sundays. And that's what Kylie went through, all of her like junior high and everything like that. Then when she left junior high and went to high school, they would go back to, if they had volleyball season, they'd go back to their old junior high and they'd practice again for 3 hours every day. Like this guy he was awesome. He was a beauty. But yeah, that's the one thing. I've never seen so many girls after their last practice, like final practice of junior high, of doing this now for 3-4 years, crying because they're like, we'll never have this practice again. I'm like this, yeah, it was ridiculous. So that's where I think she kind of, she definitely misses it for sure.
Yeah, I mean, it's part of your, like I said, part of your identity. When it's done, it's done, and like you have to search for. And the show, the one man show, actually goes really in depth and gives some good analogies on different things and tells some really. It's a really really good storyteller. He interweaves one main story over a bunch of little like examples. It was really good, and it really at the end, like it really makes you think like shit. Even as an adult, I'm almost 40 years old and thinking like, I'm starting to think about my identity and like how people, like it kind of like mind fucked me a little bit. A little bit. I mean, you get over it and it's fine, whatever, no problem. Yeah. But it's really interesting. I would definitely check it.
Yeah, my identities now is
where I watched it. But
yeah. My identity is now I'm a bus driver. That's my identity now. That's my identity. I'm a bus driver.
Hey, and then what happens when all the buses go? Who are you, Clayton?
Fuck, I'll be happy. I'll be
you're nobody.
I'm a nobody. Guy that has too many kids. That's who I am.
No, you're more than that. No, I view you as a bus driver, but who are you is a question.
This isn't a therapy session, bro. This isn't a therapy session. I want to start my own podcast called, Therapy Hour with Dale and Clay. How about that?
Yeah, there you go.
And we'll just have other guests on.
I do have a good. So far, it's been shot down by everybody I talk to, but I think it's a good podcast premise. I'm going to interview people, like long form interview, like 2, 3, 4 hours, right? And it's going to be called When I'm Gone. And basically, I'm going to interview a bunch of old people, or not even old people. I can interview you too. Okay. Listen. And they tell me all their secrets. They tell me their whole life story, crazy stories, funny stories, sad stories, everything. You're going to tell me your whole life story. Don't hold anything back. But the catch is you can do that because I won't release a podcast until after you die.
No, you can't do that. Why?
Why not?
Who would sign up for that?
I don't know. I'm not really sure, but I like, okay, for instance.
How would you even find a guest? Would you just call somebody up and be like, hey, listen?
No, you start off with like parents or friends of parents, stuff like that. Going to old folks' home and just start talking to people maybe and say, hey, do you want to be interviewed? And then they'll sign a contract that says, hey, when I'm dead, this person will alert you and you can put the podcast out. But I think it'll really hurt relationships maybe because maybe they'll talk a lot of shit about people.
Yeah, and I think it hurts. You can't go to an old folks' home, just random people.
Why not? Look, you learn a lot. You'll learn a lot about like regret, about love, about friendships. Like old people have a lot of good stories. I mean, I have good stories now. I can't imagine when I'm 85, Clayton, I'm going to have so much life advice. I feel like I can give life advice right now. And
how about we do this, Dale? How about we do this? How about I interview you, you interview me, and then that'll just be it. That'll be the podcast right there.
Yeah. Okay.
So just in your will, just put my info down.
Yeah.
And I'll send Brooke the video before I air it, just in case there's anything.
Oh no. You got to edit it. I'm only giving it to you, and you have to edit it. Oh man, she's gonna tip my coffin over at my funeral. Yeah. She hears it. Yeah. But look, if she dies before me, I don't care. My kids. No, I'm fine with my kids. My kids will be like, whatever. My wife, she will definitely get mad at me for sure. But I'm an ideal guy. I'm just looking for somebody to do it. Like, if you have if anybody's listening has anybody like an old parent that wants to tell me secrets, look, their secret's safe with me. I'll hide, I'll put it in the vault And then when they die, then you say, okay, you can release it, and then I'll put it out for everybody. And maybe you play it at the funeral. There's a lack of entertainment at funerals nowadays.
That is true.
Now at the funeral, you post. You get a big screen TV. You post it. You post this interview. At my funeral, I have almost 400 episodes of Eat Sleep Fantasy. Just play all my audio in a loop for hours, so people remember me. It'll be like an all-day thing. 400 episodes, maybe an hour an episode. So yeah, it'll take a while.
So I'm guessing we're done that podcast then now.
2 weeks.
That's it.
Huh?
Are we at 400 now?
We do it.
That's it. So no, but are we done 400 now?
Close,
So
close.
we gotta pack it in now because you just said 400. You have 400 episodes.
Right. No, yeah, that's true. That's true. We gotta stop, I guess, or I'm gonna die.
Or I'll just be host and you just enjoy life, Dale.
You think you're gonna die of natural causes, or you think you're gonna die of like a crazy accident? And this, I will play at your funeral, so be careful what you say here.
I will most likely die of natural causes.
You think so? You don't think it's? You drive a bus for a living, man. A lot of shit can go wrong. Like, I don't live that kind of life. You think about minimizing risk. You driving bus, you never know. Bomb gets planted in there, and you have to drive 60 miles an hour, or the bus will explode.
That'd be awesome. Yeah, that'd be cool. No, I mean, not cool,
you've seen Speed, right? Yeah. Do you relate to that at all? You're like, if you were that bus driver.
You know what I used to be like, oh, why did he do this? Why did he do that? And then I'm thinking like, it's just so easy, right? So easy as you're watching it. But if that was actually to happen, no, I'd be like, fucking drive and just panic.
Was there a bus driver in that, or did they drive it?
No, I think they drove it. I believe. I think didn't
Sandra Bullock didn't drive,
didn't she?
Did she? No, because she had to do other. Dude, I don't remember the movie at all.
No,
I just remember the premise.
That's what I remember. That's all I remember.
Yeah. I remember seeing the speedometer like going near 60 or 70, and
you
couldn't drop below. Yeah, like don't go below. Yeah, I remember that. That's fun. God, they don't make movies like that anymore.
No, she did drive it. She did drive it.
Did she?
She did.
You would think. Oh wait, no, because she had to save the bus.
I don't know if you can see it.
Yep,
there you go.
Yeah. So she had to drive the bus, but she was good, right? Like she just found out that there was something funky going on, and she was the one that made sure that the bus didn't go under 70 or whatever it was.
But what I don't understand about that, which I just want to clarify something here for people that everybody insists that bus drivers like drive a bus like this, like wheels. Like, who drives the steering wheel way up here? Number one, you don't do that.
You don't?
I drive it like fuck yeah. People are always like, even Sarah does it all the time. She's like, "Oh, Clay's driving his bus." I'm like, who drives a fucking anything like that?
Don't they have big wheels on buses? How do you drive?
But they're not
one hand, like leaning back with one hand.
Yeah, maybe just like,
How do you hold the steering wheel? Show me how you hold the steering wheel.
How do I?
Do you hold it from the bottom?
Yeah, or even like I usually will push it like up like this, flat, just because it's just like, I don't know, just like one hand. Just say
what
that.
do you mean push it flat? Hold on, explain this.
So it goes up or down, right? So you can have it. The steering wheel.
Up and down?
The steering wheel.
Like you could tilt it up or down. Like you're using one hand. You can go up or down with it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It goes up or down this way.
Right.
Or you can like raise it up a little bit.
Sure. Okay.
Okay. So I will usually almost so it's like even flat.
Sure, like with your chin, basically.
Well, not that high. Hey, what's going on? No, I don't do that.
Okay. All right, your chest.
But no, because it forces me.
You're saying
sit
flat.
back.
The flat doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, I guess it does. Here, I'll take a video of it for you, and I'll send it to you.
Oh, that'd be good. I would love that.
All right, I will. I'll do it.
Interesting. Speaking of movies, are there any movies? Look, I have a list of fucking great segue, by the way. Holy crap, that was totally unplanned. And listen to this. I got a link pulled up right here. There's a bunch of movies that BuzzFeed says that could have been a sequel. Think about your favorite movies. If they're not sequels, could they have been? Like, I'm thinking, like Fight Club. Definitely, there's no need for a sequel. No. Right?
Happy Gilmore, like they were talking, that would be a good one.
How did Happy Gilmore end? Basically, like he saved his
he
mom or
won the
whatever,
championship.
right?
Blah blah blah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And there was
And,
talk about that. There was talk about how maybe that might happen.
So what happens in this Happy Gilmore sequel then?
I'm not sure. I have to wait and find out.
Maybe he has to go back and play hockey to save the country club. The country club that he plays at is going under, and so he has to go and play hockey to save, like a whole flip, a whole reversal.
No, I think it gets darker than that. I think maybe Shooter gets the lady in this one. Gets his girl
good.
now.
Yeah, that'd be good. That'd be really good. Or no,
or she's the championship. She's torn between both of them.
Right. Whoever wins the final match. Yeah. Whoever wins the final golf, it gets the girl.
Yeah.
That couldn't happen in 2021.
No.
That would never happen. Maybe, yeah. It definitely, Shooter McGavin definitely has to come back and it has to get really dark. You're right. Like he has to do something really bad. Maybe he kills his girlfriend and then Happy Gilmore has to play for revenge.
Or grandma.
Oh yeah, grandma has to be there.
That might not be good.
I can't. What other? There's a bunch of movies on this list. I don't know if I'm out of touch, but I've never seen any of these movies. Like
I'm not a movie guy at all. Believe it or not, I don't know. I used to be, but not lately. Not in the last like 5 years.
Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory.
Yeah.
Basically, Charlie takes over the factory, right? The story, it was a weird story. So the movie did really well, and they wanted to make a sequel. But Roald Dahl, who wrote the book, the original Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory book, he hated the movie so much that he refused to give rights to make a second movie.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's funny.
Like, he kept giving notes about the movie, and they were like, fuck you, we're doing the movie however we want. Ended up, they're like, hey, this was so great. Hey, Mr. Roald Dahl, do you want to, let's go ahead and do a part 2? And he said, nope, not on my watch. And so he refused to give any rights. But yeah, he said he disagreed with a bunch of the way the story was written in the movie compared to the book. He thought they basically tore his book to shreds and made it way worse. So Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory would have been a good one. I think there's a lot of Disney stuff that could be remade now. Like, I don't know. I've watched every single Disney movie known to man on Disney Plus with my daughter. There's a lot of good Disney movies that could have done a sequel. I think Moana would be a great one. Moana. She has a really good voice. I don't remember her name that plays Moana, and The Rock is in it too.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Dude, if you want to go down another YouTube hole, go look at the greatest. How do you call it? Like The Rock's greatest speeches. No, not even speeches. The Rock's greatest. I don't know, moments or something in WWF. Dude, he has some great. I mean, he was really, really good. I don't know if you watched wrestling back then.
Oh yeah, back then I did. Yeah,
like late 90s, early 2000s.
Yeah,
dude, there was nobody like him. He was so fucking good.
I had a shirt with his like giant fucking melon on it, just big,
nice,
his eyebrow up and all that shit like that. Yeah.
Like, I mean, there's just so many good one-liners. What just it doesn't matter what your name is, all that stuff. Like, dude, that was so good. I mean, I watched like 20 minutes of just his comebacks and talking. There was one with Hulk Hogan. That was really.
You know what I saw the other day? Actually, it was a documentary on Andre the Giant.
Oh, that was good. The HBO documentary.
Yeah.
That was really good.
Fuck, that guy could drink, hey?
Dude, that was yeah. What is it, like a case of wine a day or a case of wine a night? Right?
Well, there
like
was
27 bottles or something.
Yeah, there was a certain wine that came out, and he started at like, I think it was 10 in the morning. By the time he finished, he had 27 bottles deep.
Dude. Yeah, I mean, obviously he died from those issues too.
Yeah.
Like, right? I mean, like he had, how fucking big was he?
They said he could smash like a 24 thing of beer in one sitting.
Right.
Like his hand would just fucking just smash.
How big was he? I mean, he was like 7'5" or something. Dude. He was over 7 foot, right? Let me see Andre the Giant. He was big. I mean, there's all kinds of pictures if you look it up. Pictures with
he was 7'4".
Yeah, 7'4". 5. No, that can't be right. 520. Well, 7'4", 520. Jesus Christ. It wasn't even really 520 pounds. That's hard to believe. But if you're 7'4" and you got some weight and muscle on you, is that possible? Is that just a thing? 540 pounds, 7'4". I guess so. That's big.
That's
because I mean he was not only 7'4". Usually, if you see like a 7'4" basketball player, they're super thin, and I mean Shaq was 7'1" and like whatever 330, right?
Yeah,
or 300 or whatever. So if Shaq was really, really fat and really muscular at the same time, and a couple inches taller.
Well, yeah, I guess what did they say in that documentary about him when he was playing Princess Bride or whatever, where she was supposed to jump out of a building or whatever, and they had to tie like ropes because he said he wouldn't be able to something like that, like wouldn't be able to catch it.
His back was so bad, right?
Yeah.
He was just his body was just deteriorating, so bad. And, I mean, even though he was big, like his body wasn't built for what he was doing.
Well, he could have apparently had surgery, but he declined it because it would change his whole dynamic or something like that.
Right. Crazy, dude. Princess Bride. Have you seen that lately?
I don't think I've
ever seen it. Oh, you haven't?
No.
Oh, it's a good movie. It's a good kids movie. Basically, like Andre the Giant is like a giant, and he plays the literal giant. But you know who Robin Wright is? Man.
Oh yeah. No,
I love her. She was in House of Cards.
Yeah, I do.
So she played. As like a teenager, she was the star of that movie as a teenager.
Okay.
Yeah. But man, Robin Wright now, man, like, and she's old too.
She's hot now. Well, she's always been hot, but
I mean, she's a good looking.
Damn, yeah.
I mean, for as old as she is,
not a fan of the short hair though.
It works for her. It works for her.
No.
She was married to Sean Penn. I don't know. Something. I don't know. Are you getting the sense I'm afraid to say too much?
Yeah.
I'm joking, Brooke.
I'm just waiting for it.
I'm just playing a character here. Jesus, don't get all upset. I'm just playing. This is a character I'm playing.
Does Brooke have short hair?
No, but she should get short hair. She was talking about getting she was like, oh, I want to do something different. She was talking about getting like maybe like pink highlights or something. I was like, that'd be cool. Like that's kind of like funky and like I don't know. I think that's kind of sexy. Like when you kind of do something like that. And then she's like, who do you know that has pink hair? Like nobody. Just it's fine. And then we change the subject.
Just don't tell her to dye her hair blonde and cut it short and just call herself just call yourself Robin, honey. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Okay.
She's like, who's Robin?
Yeah.
No, she knows I like Robin Wright. I've talked about her. I've talked about her before. She's I mean, for as old as she is, she's like in her 40s. But anyways, I Am Legend. Do you see that?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's one of the movies that they say should have been a sequel or could have been a sequel. How did I Am Legend? I have a really bad memory.
Yes, no, I agree. We're not good movie people because I can't remember how it even ended.
Man, people are yelling at us right now.
You know who else is hot?
Who?
Candace Cameron.
Oh yeah, Full House girl.
Yeah, I think she's pretty.
That's weird.
No, why?
That's weird to call her out as being hot. Like
she's hot. She's hot. What makes it weird?
I don't know. She's so like you wouldn't say that like she's normal looking. So I guess if you like that, she's very normal. which is okay. Like,
That's okay.
you know, I mean,
I like
she's a beautiful woman. I think I think most women are, you know, beautiful in their own way, but
so you're
she's just
saying
normal.
I shouldn't have used the word hot. I should have said she's beautiful.
Hey, look, different things are good for different people. And if it's like, you know, it's weird. You know what I think? I think that people are interested in certain features and not like the obvious ones. Like to say if they're good looking or not. Like I think maybe like I'm looking at pictures of Candace Cameron right now, and like maybe it's like you like that nose profile, but you don't even know it. You know, maybe it's like you know, you see a girl with, you know, maybe, and most likely it's, you know, maybe the reason why you're attracted to your wife because it's a certain nose shape that you like, you know, like ticks in your brain, right? And so you're looking at Candace Cameron, whatever that feature that is that like will click to you. I think that's why you think that, because she's not hot, but she's good looking. I mean, obviously, I mean she's you know, beautiful, but to like pick her out of 1,000 different actresses and say she's hot,
Oh, I
that's
did.
weird.
She's hot. She's hot.
I think it's her nose or something.
What's the most, like, I don't know. The wives don't listen to this, I hope. But what's the most, like? Well, she knows this. I'm kind of petty when it comes to things. What's the worst thing that back in the day when you were dating? Is there one feature that you were dating a girl that you thought was pretty good, like you were happy, and then she had one thing that just like made you say, "I can't do this anymore"? Because I got a story for you.
You know what I don't like, and this is bad. I don't like, and this is more of a personality. Are you talking about personality thing, or are you thinking like
anything? Just
personality thing that always gets me is like dramatics and like and I don't mean like, you know, just being like a drama queen. Like I'm talking about actually like, how do I say this? Like, you know, trying to story tell with voices and like, you know what I'm saying? That I'm not getting this across very good. I hate like the dramatic, like, you know, storytelling with voices in particular. I don't know if that makes sense.
Which
God, that is horrible. That is horrible,
I was
and nobody
more
knows
like,
what I'm talking about right now.
maybe something like you were, you know, like you said, you're a smaller guy, and I just thought maybe, you know, girls are too tall for you. I thought maybe that would be.
No. I don't mind, you know, tall, short, whatever.
So I dated a girl. Well, here's two instances. So I dated this one girl, really nice girl, like pretty good looking, and she was taller than me, and it didn't really bother me up until we're like walking down the hallway in high school, and I'm like, what the hell? I'm like, and this girl was like, she's like, oh, I love you, blah blah blah, everything was good. I just looked at her one day, I'm like, this ain't gonna work, and she's like, why? I'm like, you're too tall. Just that's it. I ended it right then and there. So of course I was known as an asshole, but whatever.
Of course, yeah. No, that never got to me.
But the other one,
it's always a personality stuff that really gets me.
But there's this one. Growing up, we'd always go camping every year. I met this girl back in the day. I first started seeing her every summer. We'd be out there for like 2 months at a time, her family, my family. And we just kind of met like bike riding, right? So we were hanging out. We'd start talking and stuff like that. So started dating. This was years and years ago. Great girl, nice, like personality. Everything was awesome. But I couldn't get past. She had like a twitch in her eye, like just like a constant like I'd be sitting there and she'd like just be like twitching. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, can't do this. So I told her, So I just told her, I was like, you know what, this isn't going to work for me. I didn't tell her why. I didn't tell her why though.
Oh,
I just said she lives too far away. And then she moved to the city, and then I pretended I was like dating somebody at the time just so that she would like.
Oh, that's funny. No, luckily I don't have and I think it's luckily. Well, it is obviously, but I don't have so me and my wife met when we were really young. We started dating when we were 16. Damn. And so so I don't have a ton of dating history. I don't have some. But I think that saves me a lot. I don't know, maybe not. I don't know. It's so weird to hear like other people like my age that are married that have a lot of history before they got married. It's kind of strange to hear you talk like stories like that, because I can I wonder what my stories would have been. I don't know. I don't know what path, because my wife definitely straightened me out. I was not going on the right path when we first got together.
So. I always tried to be like a player, and I was the worst one ever at it. Could not do it. And then I had a buddy that used to have a girlfriend, like serious or not, all the way up until Christmas time, and he'd just break up with her because he didn't want to buy her anything.
Really?
Yeah. Now he's married, couple kids, whatever. He's a good guy, but
most of the girls I dated, basically kind of all the same. As far as like person, it's weird. Maybe that's, I don't know. I didn't date a variety. Most of it was like not exact, but like similar personalities, like t-shirt and jeans type girls, which I guess is my type. And you know,
my dad, weird. This is not a word of a lie. So my dad, after he divorced my mom, he dated 2 other women, right? Separately, obviously. And the one is my stepmom now. So my mom was born July 22nd. And both the other 2 women, my stepmom included, birthday is July 22nd.
That's strange.
Yeah.
That's weird. And that's such a weird coincidence.
Yeah. Oh, very. Yeah. And he said it didn't click in until he's just like, what the fuck? That's weird.
What are the odds?
Yeah.
I guess 1 in 365.
Yeah.
No, but there has to be a bigger odds. I mean, they actually have the same day. That's
well, it's not
crazy.
It's not like you go up to somebody and be like, hey, when's your birthday? We should date.
Right.
I said, well, at least that way you never forgot.
I'm not very religious or spiritual, but I do kind of believe in like things happen for reasons, if that makes sense. Like,
yeah.
You know, so like it's so weird to like think about like that stuff like that. That's just too coincidental. Like there has to be a reason, you know, like that happens for a reason, right? Like for whatever, I don't know.
Yeah, it's strange though.
That is strange. Anyways, I think that's it, man. We've been going for like
this
over
pod
an hour.
is like, way too long.
No, too long. I want to go in like 2 hours. One day I'm gonna do like a 2 or 3 hour one. But you know, we just need some stuff to talk about.
Put commercial breaks in though.
Do you watch the NFL draft?
Do I? Oh yeah.
I'm gonna have to watch it. I'm helping John out. With his draft special.
I want to jump on it at some point.
Oh, okay. We'll do that.
Are you going to be on it?
No. I'm just going to be behind the scenes. I'm helping him with like quality control and moderating the chat and stuff like that. So we'll see. I don't know. He's hoping that he's going to get a big audience. We'll see. I hope he does.
That'd be good. He knows his shit. That's for sure.
Dude, it's crazy. He spends way too much time.
Oh yeah.
It's like another full-time job for him. Like when you see people succeed that actually put in that much work, you're happy, right? You get kind of annoyed when like you don't put in any work.
Yeah, and then Riley started watching film. He likes to like do that. He started later this year to do it, but yeah, I think he's going to be just doing it nonstop now.
That's awesome. That's cool. All right, bud. Well, I appreciate you. That was fun. If you guys want, go download Monkey Knife Fight and email me your username and we'll pay you $10. Bam.
Yeah, buddy.
Or getting a drawing to get an NFL jersey. I don't know. We probably should have a plan. How we should have said that, but oh well. Clayton, I appreciate you.
Or not talk about the $10 and just say the jersey first and see if we get any takers.
All right, bud. I'll talk to you later, man.
You betcha.